Welcome to Bottom Line Sports Talk. I'm George Abraham. You know my partner Albert Campman. Albert, wrestling, we love it. We don't cover it often, but we try to give it credit when credit's due. And this time of year, the wrestlers are stepping up big.
Well, in this area, Canfield had a tremendous sectional tournament, sending 13 wrestlers to the district. That is an amazing amount of wrestlers. Also scoring 298 points. That is a major factor in Canfield's dominance in the wrestling. Also, we have some dominating number one wrestlers move on. West Branch's Christian Waite, Canfield's Anthony Delicio, and Tyler Stein, and Gerard's Jack Del Garbino. They all won their sectional titles with little trouble. Delicio stood out as he pinned all three of his opponents, George.
Now, when you start pinning, he said he wanted to do it, but wanting to do it and doing it, it's two different things. When you start pinning everybody, you're pretty good.
Yeah, when you make plans on pinning at the district and the state, then you know you're really good. But
I told you that guy
that's my favorite.
Yeah, he would put the X there. He would put the little X there.
How about that?
Wade Chalice. For you wrestlers, you know who I'm talking about. Any of that have any paps or grandpaps, that
yes,
you'll know who he is. He would come out and we'd put a little X there.
How about that?
And then next thing you know, the guy was laying. I mean, they just tried to say
where and when.
Where? Oh no. You know how they all get loose, you know? And
yes.
he'd sit in a chair like this out, and the thing would start like that. I mean, they tried to just stay off their back.
Yeah, that was their goal.
But it was impossible.
Oh yeah, somebody somewhere in this country saying, "I did it."
Yeah.
I didn't get pinned. Not many.
Well, I think what happened is I think he had one non-pin all the way through, and I think the referee was a wrestling coach from another place.
Wouldn't give him the pin. We also had some other wrestlers from Canfield move on. Nick Narber, Ethan Fletcher, David Reinhardt, Ben Cure, Nick Crawford, all moving on. And congratulations to Canfield and all the other wrestlers in the area that have moved on. We'll continue to cover wrestling as they move into the districts next week. Talking about a powerhouse, the YSU men and women had dominated the Horizon League again, and they did it at home at the Watts. Led by Chad Zallo and Sean Peterson in the sprints and the hurdles and in the 800. Scored 238 total points. Crushes the school record from 201 last year. Second highest in league history, George. 14 in a row, Zallo wins the 60-meter dash and the 60-meter hurdles. Amazing athlete in this area for track and field.
I have a buddy, he follows him he'll get a text that says, "Your boy did it again." I said, I don't expect anything else. Any reason he doesn't run 100? He runs the 60 to 60 hurdles and
I don't
the
know
200?
that. I have no idea what that is. Maybe it's back-to-back. I'm thinking that's probably why.
Yeah.
But other than that, he's definitely fast enough and definitely good enough to do so. Four-time winner, as we said, and also a three-time winner in the 200 meters. And congratulations to his teammate, Peterson, who won the 800, finishing at 153. Sprinted that back stretch, and he's the first back-to-back winner at this event since 1999, 2000. But not to be outdone,
No,
the women won their third consecutive Horizon. They claimed their fifth in 6 years. Just amazing athletes, led by Jalaya Elliott in the sprints. She dominated the track by winning the 60-meter dash and the 200-meter dash. Natalie Fleming won the 800 for the girls also, and Caitlin Merwin won the shot put. Earlier, Olivia Jones had won as in the pentathlon as a freshman. So, George, they have older kids, they have young kids, they have everything at track and field at YSU. Just amazing program.
Yeah, once in a while I'm on Twitter and I'll read the kids say I'm continuing at YSU, and I'm thinking, I hope you know what's over there.
Yes.
Hope you don't think this is high school.
No, you got to be very good. And I'll say this: most of the locals they recruit are big timers. Mm-hmm. You know, we talk about Pitt over at Pennsylvania. Yeah. They get the second league best. Yeah. Not YSU. When it comes to track and field. Yeah.
This kid just won the mile from Grove City. That kid we follow on TV all the time, that Powell kid. He just won the indoor mile at the state championship, and I was thinking for inside, it was pretty good.
Yeah, I saw you. These are the great ones we're talking about. Yeah. That you can't let it get away. Also, in the final game of the year in the basketball, Randy Montgomery, a local guy that we really like, won his 600th game for West Branch, beating Hubbard. The AD at Hubbard is his brother Chuck, and I wonder what Chuck was rooting for that night. But 600 for Randy. And George, I like this quote. He said, "What 600 wins?" He said, "Well, it means I have a lot of good players, a lot of good teams, and a great family to support you." That's the way you look at things. If you're going to win 600, George, you have to be there a long time, and you have to have a lot of wins.
Better be pretty good.
And you have to be a good coach. That's right. So congratulations to Randy. And all you got to know is he was fired by Canton Hoover.
That was good movement. You know,
have you heard from Hoover since?
No. You know what else too with him? His humility.
Yeah, it is.
Like you get 600. What's that mean? Good players. I was there. Come on, coach.
Yes.
It has something to do with it.
Yeah,
It
600.
doesn't just happen.
600 wins.
Yeah.
He was my next door neighbor at YSU when we went to school there. He played basketball and I played football, and we've stayed in touch. Congratulations, Randy, for a great career and trying to move into the sectionals now and try to do something serious. As dominating as the favorite will be Poland. Poland will be the favorite, but West Branch will be dangerous in that tournament.
Wouldn't mind seeing that game.
That'd be a great game to see.
That game was at Boardman or something?
Yeah, it'd be a great game to see.
Let's talk NCAA hoops. Let's lead it off. We're 2 weeks from the madness, about a week or so from what you like the best.
Yes, my favorite.
And you like the little tournaments where if you lose, you're out. And boy, those are severe. Just the other day, I know it's Division III, but the Westminster League, St. Vincent dominated that league. Lost like one game.
Yes.
Maybe they get to the end, they get upset, they end up with nothing. I understand the revenue, like if you take the league winner, the tournament is meaningless.
Right.
I understand having to take the tournament winner, but I think you owe the 16-game winner like a trip to the finals or something, like Penn State's league semifinals. No one's ever won it.
Yeah, I like the way you said that.
You can't give it to them.
You don't want to give a regular season away, but you also want to applaud them for having a great year.
They're done.
Yeah, I've always had a thought that to really put the pressure on the league, if you go undefeated or finish 4 games above somebody else,
Okay.
I think you get an automatic bid. So I mean, I'd say, okay, that means you've been the dominating force. I don't care if you get upset, you're going to go. And so
See, you can't. The big plays, the SEC, the Big
Right.
Ten, when they run out of building for 4 days,
yes,
they're counting on the money.
yes, they are.
And if the team or
Loses, I know.
Yeah, so therefore, but I agree with you coaching wise. This poor guy at St. Vincent,
Yes.
he got upset by Chatham. Grove City gets upset by Westminster. Next thing you know, you got like a 3 and a 6 in the final. Neither team's over 500, and now this guy's home.
Yeah, that is such a difficult thing to take for the coach.
And it's going to happen to St. Francis.
Well, right down the
or
line.
Robert Moore.
Yes, it
whomever
happens that league all the time.
They have a 1-game lead with 2 left, but they're both in the road. And even if they get the home floor, who's to
Not
say
that league.
Wagner can't beat
No,
them?
not in that league,
They just
no.
lost at home to Brooklyn Saturday.
Not in that league. Those smaller leagues,
And they're 1-bid leagues.
somebody's saying, hey, this is our second chance. This is our real chance, tell you the
go
truth.
get 'em.
Yeah, this is our real chance, yes.
Yeah, I agree.
That's why I like it so much, George.
Oh, you
really
love
do.
it. I
Yes,
know. Let's start at the top. 2 things I can do. One, talk about Zion a little bit. He has a blowout. The people now, Nike took a hit the next day.
I know.
My point is 3 things. One, it's the same shoe that the best guy in the NBA is wearing. He's playing himself toward a title. The guy at Oak City, Paul George, that's his shoe.
Right.
Izzo said today he's worn them for 25 years and never had an accident. Thirdly, I found out later the kid used the same pair of shoes all year. And I heard Barkley and several of the pros say 2-3 games maximum.
So that's what they do it, huh? Even if Farrell,
That's what they said
when I put
there.
McCluskey, he gave us 3 pair of shoes a year. Yeah. So that was a way back.
Okay, so
he
they
kinda
were Converse, they were
He
Canvas.
figured out they were going to wear
All right,
out.
good.
So
So this kid, no, this is the bug. Here the bugaboo's coming. I know your answer, but I'm going to ask you. The people that want to shut him down, your thoughts?
Well, you do.
I know
we
you
didn't
do.
talk, but
Yeah, no, I do.
Yeah, I'm anti that completely. I love competing. That's the word I grew up with.
I think he does.
And I think he probably loves competing.
I believe so.
So I understand how money factors into in today's world. But my happiness is way more important than the money. And I love playing. And I think he loves playing. The way he plays the game, George,
Yeah.
I don't think that he'll want to shut down.
I
Do you
don't.
think he's shutting down?
No,
Okay,
No,
I don't think
it's
so
even
either.
across the
I don't
line.
think so either.
No, I want to get Krzyzewski.
What
Did you
did he
see
say?
that hand slap on?
Oh, it was terrible.
This guy
It was terrible.
needs
He's a
called
hypocrite.
out, and no one will call him out. They're afraid of him. I watched that. All Roy Williams did was beat his rear end by
Yes.
20 on his own floor. Now, you want to get technical, he still has 2 of the 5 draft picks.
Yeah, you know what's so frustrating to me, George, about that is he'll stop after he beats somebody by 15 or 20.
I watched him hug him.
He'll say, listen, it was a good game. You're okay.
McKay took his side on the radio there. One small sample. I said, John, that's all you got to do. What am I going to move in with him like a reality show?
Small sample.
I said, the point is, this guy is always, tell him how good he is. He'll stay there. Tiger Woods was like that forever.
Yes.
He's changed a little bit now that he realized he's mortal.
Right.
And tell him how good he is. He'll stay there forever.
Yeah, it's pretty sad that he can lecture other people how to do things and then you don't do it yourself.
Mm-hmm.
You know, all we saw with our own eyes.
Oh, he slapped
That's all.
Roy's hand.
Yes.
I mean, it was if
Roy didn't know what to say.
No,
Roy was like,
he ran.
he went to the next
And
guy.
Roy said, got your rear end again, Kay. And he's going to get him in 2. You know, he just outplayed him, out-hustled
Yeah, they
him,
did. They
outbeat
killed him. They killed him.
Now, I know they didn't have Zion, but Albert. They still had 2 of the 5.
There's no excuses. You don't. I don't care who you.
Well, not for the
like
handshake.
you said. Like you
How
said.
about the whooping?
Yeah. Like you said, North Carolina hasn't had somebody injured before.
No,
you
just
know,
him.
You know, that's what I'm saying.
Oh,
yes.
but they
yes.
did play well at Syracuse. And I'm not as sure as everyone else that the other guy's not the top pick.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Barnett? Okay.
He had 30 again.
Yeah, he's really good. He's a great player. No
By the
question.
way, I texted you that winning movie last night.
Was it a favorite?
No, 5-1 dog.
5-1?
Yeah. I noticed this guy because he's great odds not to be picked first. Mm-hmm. And when I watched them play, in other words, the other guy's the freak.
Right.
He's going to get a contract from tennis.
Right.
Imagine if Under Armour could sign him and then show that blow up.
Yes.
But the point is, he's the Q rating guy.
Yeah, he
I'm not
is.
sure the other guy's not the better player.
Yeah, I mean, the other guy does a lot of things too.
He's been over 35 times.
Yeah, he's awesome. I watched them both play. You won't go wrong with either one or one.
Here, grudgingly, I have to do this. Kentucky. Playing well. When you beat up Tennessee and then you come in and you make a joke. I saw there was something about Pearl and Calipari were hugging, and I looked and I thought, if that ain't Butch and Sundance, I don't know who is.
Yeah, they're playing tremendous defensively. They're shutting teams down.
They did. You said
that's what they do,
on
though.
it.
That is what he always does. They play great defense. They somehow are scoring more points now and playing great offense, too. So
And they got rid of somebody.
They're a team worth watching.
Hey, they got rid of somebody.
Yeah, that's what happens, too.
I heard a guy say the other day, he said, no, listen, I don't want to pick on this kid. Mm-hmm. He said, but he was taking minutes from someone else and this and that. He was disgruntled. This is what you're going to
The
get.
disgruntled thing doesn't work.
We're not at that
If you choose Kentucky, you better know you're only playing 18 minutes.
Now, here's a team that's hot. They spanked Duke. Then I'm thinking definite
Let down against Florida State.
And there was for about 35 minutes. But it was all said and done. They
can score. They can really score.
How long does it do with a beard been there? No.
May.
The receiver at Clemson and May at North Carolina, they're lettermen, man. They got them letters. They have letters all over their jacket.
Yeah, when you see him hit the 4, you think, jeez.
Is he pro?
No.
No chance at all.
No. He'll be on a team.
Oh, okay. Well,
No, he'll play pros.
okay, but that's a good
He'll
life.
play pros,
That's a
yes.
good- well,
He'll play pros. He is not a good pro.
That's a good life.
Yeah.
Zags are staying strong. We knew that. They're going to be a 1 in the West.
Yeah, if Duke does not play their very best, that's the team I'll say can beat them.
Okay.
You know, because Duke plays their very best, nobody's beating them.
No.
But they have a down shooting night. Then Gonzaga's a team. Gonzaga's good everywhere.
There's a stat. No team that has shot under 33 has ever won the tournament.
And that's where Duke's at, right?
From 3.
Yeah, I know. That's why I said because all it takes is 1.
No.
You have 6 games to get through.
Ask Virginia how that worked. UMBC. I watched that Saturday when they upset Vermont. And I'm like, oh, wait till Virginia gets these guys.
Yes.
Well, someone didn't tell them.
That's why I love the tournament.
Your guy.
I do.
Your guy. 2 starters out. Hats off to Tom Izzo.
Yeah, I have him raised up as a top coach. He's done it forever. Does it defensively, offensively. Does it slow, fast. That's why I like him so much. Hey, I don't hear him crying. He could have cried. He could cry crying the blues about his injuries. He says, I'm just going to go keep playing, and they had a great win at Michigan. That puts Michigan State up the ladder in the tournament with regards to the seeding, which is really important, George.
Big Ten. Beeline, I have to say, we always fall all over him. They fell apart the last 8 minutes. I watched it out. I would say
They get any shots?
Well, they took maybe say 15.
Okay.
I'd say 11 of them were poor. Covered, step back guy
Right.
on them. Not Beeline's kind of shot.
Yeah, it's hard these days to get shots using the dribble. That's all that everybody does, and so he coached like everybody else now too. Very seldom does he.
Michigan State's not going to let you aim.
No, never.
Yeah, very interesting. He was talking to very, very interesting. Talking to Rich Eisen, and Rich said they have a lot of fun. The one's a Michigan guy, and Mariucci's his best buddy.
Right.
Mariucci and Eisen are best buddies because they work together on that NFL
Gotcha.
team. And by the way, Eisen's running his 40 in his suit again on Monday, but they do it for charity.
Right.
So anyhow, he said, "Were you in on Zion?" And Izzo just chuckled. He said, "No," he said, "We're not quite." We're not
Duke level
even
yet.
though he is as far as the tournament.
Yes.
He doesn't get those guys.
Duke, Kentucky.
Yeah.
Duke,
Maybe
Kentucky.
Kansas.
Yeah, probably Kansas too. You're right.
Nova, of all the times.
But they weren't that good. You understand? They're just decent.
So you
team.
remember
They're not-
early in the
they're
year,
not- they're
I
not that
remember
good.
thinking, then they went on that streak. I thought, well, gee.
Yeah, but they're not near these other teams.
No.
No, not even near. So that doesn't surprise me at all.
Oh.
Them losing. See,
No.
if you told me Duke loses 4 in a row, you tell me North Carolina loses 4, then I understand. Not Villanova this year.
Pac-12. I looked
bad.
at the standings the other day. They're going to get one team.
And Washington just hit 25. They're in the top 25. Think about having a Pac-12.
Yeah.
Nobody in the top 25.
behind-
They're making big issues.
behind
Washington,
Buffalo.
Washington making 25.
Yeah. And I
Yeah.
looked at the standings. I don't know what you could say. Sean go to the NIT,
Yeah, no. It's a weak league this year.
and he's in
So weak.
last.
So weak. They won 2 this weekend.
Yeah.
It's the first time they won all year.
Yeah,
They lost 8 in a row.
It's
Or 9 in a
amazing.
row,
Let's
yes.
talk about the NBA. We always thought, well, when LeBron was at Cleveland, it's early, no worries, and they were always in it. It was going to be whether they
East.
were
Was
second
East.
or third. Now, they keep saying, now he's on that Calipari. He has his own. There's always an excuse, with him.
He always is.
He's a stat line guy I don't like, and it's never his fault. It's one thing you don't have to worry about him saying it's my fault. The young guys are too distracted. They have now. Who has more going off the floor than him?
Yeah, LeBron, I don't follow the NBA as much as George, but I follow it enough more than the average person. The thing that bothers me the most is when he's winning, the I word comes out, and when he's losing,
Those guys.
it's them. You can't have it both ways.
No.
You can't be blaming them for losing. I just think that he was calling him out. He sat out, 3 or 4 weeks with a groin. Yeah. I had a feeling that he took an extra 5 games there, that he could have been back in the lineup too. So
You don't think I'm nuts. I think he likes seeing him struggle when he ain't in there. Now, I know that's an awful thing to say. I believe.
why wouldn't you think that though? The way he acts.
Then he says, now listen, it's game 57, Albert. It's game 57. And he's saying they're young.
I know.
Not game 7.
Right.
Not game 27.
They're NBA players. They're NBA players.
No.
I don't hear this.
And they've only played 9 trillion games from 5th grade up.
Yes, I don't want to hear that.
Now they're young.
Yeah, I don't want to hear that.
I got
You can use
another
all-
guy, too.
You
I
can
got
all
a
use
guy,
all the excuses in the world.
I got a guy you like, and I don't.
Who's that?
Kyrie.
Well, I think he's a great player, but he's a stat guy, too.
Looks like it.
No, he is.
I watched the movie Uncle Drew the other
Yes.
night. I like him better as Uncle Drew.
He's a stat guy.
Hey, the Greek freak. What do you think of him? Is there a chance he could be better than all these guys coming?
Talking about an upside. Here's the upside of all. He's just not a great shooter. He's a good shooter.
No, he's
but
in
not
the
a great
20s
shooter.
and three.
Until he becomes a great
Okay.
shooter, I can't put him there.
Okay, so he's not.
Athleticism,
he's
no.
not there.
Athleticism,
You
yes.
see, he put some muscle on. Have you seen him
Yes.
from when he came
Stop.
in? Now, here's one. It's unusual. For some reason, Houston can beat Golden State, which would give me concern because they played him without Harden the other night. So instead of him pounding the ball 500 times, Paul
did,
was.
Paul
But
did.
Paul had a ton of points and a ton of assists. Is it possible they could do that because they must know the secret sauce? No
Seems like
one's
it.
beat them 3 times.
It seems like it. I think so because they had him beat last year too.
Without a doubt.
Yeah,
Game
so
6.
I wouldn't be
Okay.
surprised at all if that's the one team you can
But
beat.
you
That
can't,
one, that
but
one
you can't watch it.
No, I won't watch
I
it.
said to someone the other day, I said, honest to God, Al, if you said to me, here's what you have to do to win this money, and I'd say, what? Maybe we fix something, which I couldn't fix anything. Or you say, you have to watch Houston play
No way.
5. I'd say, I'll live with what
So would I.
Here.
And my
500
grandsons would watch every second
They
of it.
love him.
Yes.
No, they
They What do you think they practice? What do you think they practice? Through the legs 40 times and the word step back. That's their that's their words. Through the legs, step back. I said, who does that?
I watched the other night. I'm watching closely. Nobody has his own offense. Round the perimeter, chuck.
That's all everybody. They use a three.
They don't throw it inside.
The 3-point line
changed
changed everything.
They do nothing but chuck.
3-point line. Everybody does it from 7th grade on. I'm 7th grade on through the pros. I mean, you watch Houston play; they're not allowed to shoot.
No, I know, Dunker. I know. NHL, the Pens lose in Philly. They were there. Not only did they lose, they got beat up again.
Yeah, they got 2
If
defensive.
it starts tomorrow, they're out.
Isn't that something? That's what the parity of the NHL. If you're not playing your best, you got a chance to be out. They've had terrible goaltending. And
What's with Murray?
Oh, he's cold. When you have terrible goaltending, it's hard to win. You know, you're in a 2-2 game and you give up easy goals.
Did you see that one he gave up 3-2 there with 20 seconds? Yeah. I would have stopped.
Yeah, so but just lay down. Yeah. If you lay down in the net, you get it. So that's where they're at.
All right.
They're right at the crunch line, but they're no better or no worse than anybody else. Tampa Bay is the team in the East.
Major League Baseball, the practice game. I notice I call them practice games.
Yes.
I'm not calling them spring training games.
Practice games.
They're practice games, and they ruined my daytime radio. And it started today. And it upset me.
You don't want to hear.
I don't.
Number 99 was playing second base.
Because he's not going to be there.
Number 73 playing shortstop.
No, they go, we got a guy yesterday at 2 homers. I said, who was pitching? Oh, yeah, this reminded me. There was a softball game and 8 girls were playing. Girl for Arkansas. First inning, 3-run homer. Second inning, 2-run homer. Does the other team have a manager? Are you pitching to her again?
No, she had another one out.
2 more. Grand slam. No, she had a cycle of home runs.
Oh, jeez.
And I wrote.
I think the coach wanted to be on TV.
He might have. I wrote, I said, did the other team have a manager?
Yeah, they wanted to be on TV. That had to be a TV game.
It was Arkansas.
Yeah, the girl. I'm about to look up and see what they were playing. Find out.
I imagine it was one of these cold weather teams going down, just to get out of the snow.
Yeah, they had to be on TV.
God bless them.
I'll tell you what,
you can't pitch.
I'm gonna look down what I'm talking about next week because you people who are softball fans, send us a note on that.
You're not pitching.
Would you pitch to her? Yeah.
3-run homer, 2-run homer, then a grand slam and a solo.
So
would you? I wrote.
She cycled.
I said, yeah, she did. I said, did they have a manager?
Yeah, no, they don't.
God bless America. All right, now. Kershaw shut down. They're saying they're just being cautious, but I have a feeling
his whole body shut down.
He's come further.
He's done. He's done. I'm talking about with the guard 2A, top 2 pitcher.
2.8.
He's a third pitcher in the lineup now. He's going to miss. He'll miss 20 starts again this year.
Okay. Boy, now the pitch clock. They're doing it in the exhibition or in the minors. The bottom line is this bothers me. Baseball's not a time game.
Oh, jeez.
It is not. It is
never
has been. That. I know. But I am too, and I'm not a baseball fan. It never will be time. That's what the beauty of it is.
Yes.
You go, you sit in the sun, you get a Coke, you put your feet up or whatever, and you enjoy yourself.
That's what it is. And
George put a clock on.
George always says to you, "This is my favorite." When my wife's not a big gigantic, but she loves to be at the baseball game. Yeah. The night is just a relaxing night. You don't put your watch. You don't put the say, okay, we're leaving in 3 hours.
Leaving in 11.
No. It's a 27-out game. It's been that way forever. That's the beauty of it.
Yep.
You can have 26 outs.
Yep.
And there's no time on it. That's why you always say for your buddy that says to you, I don't think the 9th inning pitch is that important. And you say, you try to get that 27th.
You try to get 24, 25, 26, and 27.
Yeah, you try to get.
He thinks, he goes, well, there's no big deal to close.
Yes.
Ask Mariano Rivera.
Yes.
NFL, the combines this week, nothing more than a meat.
You know how we feel about that one, too.
We don't like it because they'll disregard 48 game films because the guy jumps up on the table.
Somebody's going to get picked in the 11th pick in the first round.
Yeah.
And they're going to say, Harry, why did we pick him?
Yeah.
He did a shuttle run in this month.
Yeah.
He ran a 40 and
4.3.
Yes. He caught every pass and warm up.
Yeah.
And it said, Coach, you only had 16 catches last year.
Yeah. The best is the dude from the A's. They asked him about this guy had a little bit of a thick middle. And they said, I think it was Billy Bean. They said, Billy, what, this catcher? He goes, he's a little bit chunky. He goes, do you want him to model underwear or hit home?
Yes.
What do you want from
That's all we want. That is all we want. As coaches. As fans.
Be a player.
We are not. When Mickey Lowry's pitching, you guys don't know who he is. When he pitched with 1-0 shutout, nobody said, man, he'll go Portly
Boy,
tonight.
he's fat.
He'll go Portly,
Yeah.
yes.
Yeah, won 3 games in the World Series.
Yes.
Hey, miscellaneous, about 4 or 5 minutes here. Off the field, the NFL can't get out of its
No, they
own way.
can't.
Now, Bob Kraft, the owner of the page, short version, you got 2 counts today. Come down in 2 counts. It's a misdemeanor, and the problem isn't the misdemeanor or the solicit. The problem is trying to tie it to this sex trafficking. Yes. But how you blame him for that, I'm one step out of.
Well, I'm not. I'm just blaming him for just being
stupid.
Some 77-year-old who's dating. You said he's dating a 36-year-old beautiful girl, and he still has to go to this place. I'm trying to figure out this guy.
Yeah.
I picture my dad at 77. Hey, Dad, where are you going tonight?
Going to massage.
I'm going to massage. I go over my grave saying, Dad!
I know.
Oh, gee. But I see, his ego gets in my way. See, that's what gets in my way. Nothing else.
Now, would you think his buddies that were all down there at different times will say, go there, Bob, because they don't know who you are. They don't speak English. They don't speak English.
He's suntanned up.
You know those girls don't speak English.
Yes.
So he's thinking they don't know who I am.
That's a perfect way to get in and get out, yes.
Bayheim.
Oh, jeez.
I'm hoping he has the wherewithal. He makes millions, not million.
Right.
He should take care of that man's family's education.
I sure hope he is.
I'm hoping. Now, the other day he comes out in the court.
I sure hope he is.
They had a real nice moment of silence, but they gave him a standing ovation. I mean, it might be a little much, but I understand the delicacy, and I also understand if he doesn't show, people are going to think it was his fault. Now you have legal ramifications.
That's just so tough.
Sad.
There's no answer there.
Yeah.
When as I said, somebody lost a tough basketball game the other night. I said, listen,
Lost their dad.
you lost a game, went home healthy and happy.
Yeah.
Bayheim won a game and went home and killed somebody. Yeah. Which one would you rather do? He said, thanks, Coach. Yeah. I needed that. Yeah. You look at the things in life. My gosh.
Yeah, no question about it. And he'll never forget that.
Never.
Killed
somebody, yes.
Now, remember to everybody, too, you have any car trouble, accident of any type, do not get out of that car.
I keep telling people why they keep doing this.
Get out of that car.
Yes.
Do not. The new football league, had to borrow $250 million to make the payroll. Tells me it won't be here long.
Yeah, I can predict that. Because here's 2 nut football fans.
I've never
no. We will not put that on.
So I said, do you watch
You might go buy it and see it play, but I never even done that.
That guy said to me, I said, I'm used to my football in the winter.
Yeah, that's what it's supposed to be.
You're used to your football
That's what it's supposed to be. March Madness is coming up. I don't care about this.
Right.
You know, I'm thinking about, I'd use the ego for Kraft. Neuheisel, Stoops, Spurrier.
Yeah.
They couldn't get out of their own way. Yeah. You think, go out on a high note.
Stay on top.
Yes. Why would they coach this league?
Because
their egos are such a
He quit coaching when he was coaching. Yes. He was golfing.
I know he was.
He's a joke.
Yes.
The NBA, there, the 18-year-olds are coming. This Zion thing prompted it.
Yep. That guaranteed it. That guaranteed it.
Now I have something for you real quick. They had a game. Remember in the beginning when they had that first outdoor game, and everyone just thought,
I remember it.
Wow, what a great idea. That goose is cooked.
Yeah, it is, and it's like the dunk contest in basketball. The hockey outdoor game, it's not a thing anymore. Just stay inside and play a great hockey game and enjoy yourself.
30 seconds left. Not a good time. Not the Miller brothers.
No, it has not. Indiana and Arizona, loss after loss after loss. They better go out and recruit, George.
I watched Indiana give a game to Iowa Friday night. I would know no other word. They're in the tank so bad they can't win when they should.
Yeah, it's just a bad year for the Miller brothers all around.
Hey, thanks again for watching Bottom Line Sports Talk. We'll see you next week.